This was an earthquake unlike any earthquake I've really seen since Ronald Reagan in 1980. It just came out of nowhere.
Republicans control the White House, the House, and the Senate. They're going to get a pick on the Supreme Court.
What the fuck is going on?
What's going on right now, people?
But like I was telling you earlier, close to 90 million people, eligible voters, did not vote on Tuesday. Close to 90 million people did not vote on Tuesday.
I think voting is great. I just didn't care this time because it was between a giant douche and a turd sandwich.
But to that point, they've lost over 900 seats in state legislatures. The percentage of state legislators who are Republican has gone from 44 to 58%.
Hillary Clinton's entire campaign is about repeating the last 8 years, where the Republicans swept through the states. If trends continue, Republicans will take more governor's houses, more state legislatures, and more state governments. By 2020, the Republican Party will have enough seats in state government and enough voter suppression laws to effectively end the viability of the Democratic Party in the majority of states. When the districts get redrawn after the 2020 census, the Democratic Party will cease to exist.
Just don't die on me. Don't you dare die on me!
Hello there.
We need you, Obi-Wan! Bernie Sanders!
Clearly, the Democratic Party needs a top-down overhaul. And that top-down overhaul means that instead of becoming dependent and being dependent on big money interests for campaign contributions, it has got to become a grassroots party.
Respectfully to Senator Sanders, we are already a grassroots party.
Turns out DNC members voted down corporate money ban. That's what they did. So I think that was probably worse than choosing Tom Perez. So that's the donors. They have a stranglehold on the Democratic Party. And they're not letting go.
Hey guys, it's Emma Vigling with TYT Politics, and I'm a little bit fired up about this one because the Democrats are once again proving that they've learned nothing from this disaster selection.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it should be okay. I'm not too worried about it, really. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried at all.
When we see people like Nancy Pelosi come out and say that the party doesn't need to change,
I don't think that people want a new direction.
we fundamentally disagree with that.
You know, we've won all kinds of seats within the Democratic Party yesterday in California. A lot of people came out.
The victories were resounding. We dominated.
People that have been doing this for decades told me they've never seen this many people show up to vote.
I first got involved because of Bernie Sanders.
It starts with being involved, like coming out to an election that you might not have even heard of until we started inviting you. So thank you.
We've got a convention coming up in May.
We will be voting for new party leadership.
Delegates will be voting for state party chair, which hasn't been contested since 1987.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
This election is the people versus the establishment.
Eric Bauman is back. He is the chair of the Los Angeles County Democratic Party, vice chair of the California Democratic Party.
You know, I've been coming to this caucus since it was created. I have been a leader in this party for more than 20 years.
Last summer, Democratic leader Eric Bauman's consulting firm took $12,500 a month from the pharmaceutical industry to help defeat the California Fair Drug Prices Act.
Bauman caught in the web of corruption.
To this date, of the nearly $400,000 that I have raised for my campaign, not one penny of it has come from corporate money.
If we want to wean ourselves off of big corporate special interests, the one thing that we can do as a party is to get back to basics. We need to reinvest in organizing. That is what this party used to be about. We need to get back to developing the next generation of community organizers. The money is there. People are ready to invest in something they believe in. If you are an elected official, it is not just expected that you will do the work of this people, but it is demanded of you. People are ready to invest in that. And most people here today in California are registering as decline to state. They are not registering as Democrats because they don't see a big difference between the parties. And let's talk a bit about the supermajority that we have. I would like to remind all of us that we had a supermajority a few years ago. The question is, for then and for now, what are we doing with that? What are we doing as it relates to getting money out of politics? What are we doing to make sure we close the loopholes in Proposition 13 to redirect those funds back to our public education system? Yes, California does some things good, and we still have work to do. We lead the nation on issues like climate change, marriage equality, pay equity. But where are we in leading the conversation on criminal justice reform, on student loan debt? It's important that we not just think about California. We cannot wall ourselves off from the rest of the country. California is known as the ATM of this country. Everybody who's running for office all across this country comes to California to raise money. As the next chair of this party, I am going to do what California should be doing, and that is flex our big blue muscle. If you come to California to raise money for your race out in Arkansas, Kansas, or wherever, you better be sure that we want you pushing forward our progressive values wherever you go back to. We should be able to, at any point in time, flip the California switch, such that if we need to deploy bodies on the ground in North Carolina to protest at the Capitol against some of the discriminatory things that they are doing there, we should be able to do that. That is what California should be doing. As the biggest, most influential state party in the country, we must make sure that we are building a big blue wave that is going not just here in California, but it is washing over the entire country. That is what the California Democratic Party can do to make sure that the DNC is leading in the way that it should be. Okay, this is about the soul of the Democratic Party. This is about who we are. There is one thing that is clear. The rest of this country is looking to California to lead. We are not a follower. We do not follow trends, we set trends. This is an opportunity for California to set the trend of remaking, redefining, and reimagining what it means to be a Democrat. That means giving the party back to the people, getting rid of special interests, big money, big pharma, big tobacco, and big oil. It is time for us to get back to doing the business of the people.
Brothers and sisters in California, congratulations on all that you are accomplishing. The eyes of the country are on you. You are shaking up and transforming politics, not only in the largest state in this country, but throughout America.
It's a revolution.